Reading Catherine Bush's adaptation, for the first time, I really felt like, oh, I felt the connection and the joy to the story. What really draws me to this production is love, friendship, the themes of justice, and that this is an adventure story full of physicality, theatricality, and a surprising amount of depth. So in many ways, this is the whole package. You know, in terms of friendship, I really resonate with D'Artagnan's journey in terms of what is it to find yourself and find yourself by finding your people, and getting that sense of belonging, being shaped by your friends and the people that you love, and that sense of like having somebody's back and knowing that somebody has your back. This play has 22 different scenes and about 15 different locations. So in the set, we were really looking for one space that could be our playground, that we could easily and quickly move things in and out of. It can be an indoor or outdoor world, but then there are things in the set that give it a really modern pop and flair. So this is an example of lighting it with LED tape. So obviously that would not exist at the time. This kind of architecture would never be lit this way historically.
The biggest fight scene in the play, which is the street fight scene, we'll be seeing a series of entrances and exits of musketeers going in and out of different spots and fighting with the Cardinal's Guard. So we may see like a brief moment of the full-on brawl, but then it will break down into every musketeer will be featured fighting sometimes up to 3 people at once and moving around the stage, going in and out of the different entrances and exits.
D'Artagnan gets a makeover in our play. So he sort of arrives in his country look, and then once he has that fight that steals him in with other musketeers, sort of give him some of their clothes. Madame de Treville, the head of our musketeers. She worked her way up. She was a musketeer, she was a fighter, and now she's sort of the suit. She does have a very important office that she holds. Her fighter self is still there. You know, she wears one of the closer to what you would expect of a musketeer hat. Using the 17th century France as a springboard, but then pulling the world and its themes closer to us. And so for me, a lot of that in the early conceptualization was, you know, who gets to be a musketeer? This world as written, you know, if we were doing that museum play, it would be a pretty homogenous cast. It was important to me that this is a world in which women and people of color have more agency and power than they would in the 17th century. We return to the stage wanting to celebrate the body and its full range of motion, and to have like life and exuberance and sort of bodies in extreme positions, so that we, you know, get to have that energy and also just that reconnection that you can really only have in the theater. We had a level of escapism that I found sort of really necessary, but also in that best way when a story really transports you. And then you realize when you come back to yourself at the end that you've actually, in that escape, you've actually learned things and you come back to yourself with a new understanding.